Saluton, kai bonvenon al mia kanalo, and let's learn Esperanto. It's lesson 8 and it's about pronouns si, suffix in, and prefix je. Honestly, I already watched 1/3 of this video, of this lesson, but my recording has stopped. So let's continue. I already took some notes. I don't know, should I? Okay, I will watch it from the start.
Saluton, kai bonvenon. Hello and welcome.
So let's start.
This is lesson 8. In this lesson, you're going to learn about the pronoun si. You'll also learn about the suffix in, and you're also going to learn about the prefix ge. If you remember pronouns from the previous lessons, these are words like me, vi, li, she, ji, which translates to I, you, he, she, and it. But the pronoun si is a reflexive pronoun, and it's also a third-person pronoun, just like li, she, ji, and ili. And this pronoun si is always going to refer to the subject of a sentence. So the pronoun si is never going to be the subject of a sentence, but it'll always represent a third-person subject. This sounds a little bit confusing, but after a few examples, I think you'll be able to understand how it's used. The first example is li accetis libron por si. This means he bought a book for himself.
Yes.
You might be wondering why you would just say li accetis libron por li, but if you replace si with li and say li accetis libron por li, this translates to he bought a book for him. And him is always going to be another person apart from the subject, because if we want to talk about the subject, the person who's buying the book, we would have to use the pronoun si. Another example is she manjas sian pomon. Remember that we can add the letter a to any pronoun to make it possessive. And we added the letter no to sia and pomo because it's the direct object of the sentence. It's the thing that's being eaten. So she manjas sian pomon means she eats her apple, and this means that she eats her own apple, not anyone else's. So if we said she manjas sian pomon instead, this would mean she eats her apple, but it's another person's apple. Another example is la kato vidis sin. The cat saw itself.
La kato vidis sin. La kato vidis sin. The cat saw itself. La kato vidis sin.
Another example, ili estas en sia
domo. Ili estas en sia domo. It is their house.
I don't know. They are in their own house.
They are in their own house. Ili estas en sia domo. Ili estas en sia domo. They are in their house.
If we said ili estas en ilia domo, that would mean they are in their house, but they would be in the house of other people, not their own house. And the last example with si is she vidas siajn hundojn.
She vidas sian hundojn. Ŝi vidas sian hundojn. She sees her dogs. Si vidas ŝian hundojn. She sees her dogs.
These her own
Sian.
dogs. If we said she vidas ŝiajn hundojn, that would mean she sees her dogs, and the dogs would belong to another person. Now, you can't just always use the pronoun sie to refer to the subject of the sentence. It wouldn't really make sense to use it if the subject is me, vi, or ni, because you could just use those pronouns and it would not be ambiguous at all. The pronoun sie is only used for third-person pronouns because they're more ambiguous. You don't know if his dog is his own dog or his dog, meaning another person's dog. But you do know that if I'm talking about your dog, there's absolutely no question about whose dog I'm speaking about. Now let's talk about the suffix in. The suffix in is added to the end of a word to make it feminine. One example of this is knabo. This means boy, but
Knabon.
knabino means
Knabino.
girl. Notice that we added the suffix in after knab, and then we added the o
Knabino.
on the end. This is because knabo and knabino are nouns, so they must have the o ending. Another example is patro, father,
Patrino.
and patrino, mother.
Patro, father. Patron. And patrino. Mom. Patro, father. Patrino.
Frato,
Frato.
Brother.
Fratino.
Fratino.
Sister. Frato. Fratino. Sister. Okay.
sister. Filo,
Filo, son.
son.
Filino. Daughter.
Filino, daughter.
Filo, son. Son. Filino. Daughter.
Onclo, uncle.
Onclo. Onclino.
Onclino.
Aunt. Onclo. Uncle. Onclino. Aunt. Okay.
Aunt. Cuso, a male cousin.
Cusino.
Cusino,
Okay. Cuso. Cusino. Cusino. Female cousin.
a female cousin.
Nevo. Nephew.
Nephew.
Nevino.
Nevino, niece.
Nevo. Nevo. Nephew. Nevino. Niece. Okay.
Avo, grandfather.
Grandpa. Avino. Grandmother.
Avino, grand.
It's pretty simple. Yeah. Not bad. Grand. Somebody called me. I've been a grandmother.
Grandmother. Nepo.
Nepo, grandson.
Grandson.
Nepino, granddaughter.
Nepino. Granddaughter. Now, the suffix in is not needed for gender-neutral words. For example, the word amico means friend, but it's gender-neutral, so it can be a male friend or a female friend. But if you wanted to, you could specify that the friend is a female friend, and you can say amichino, a female friend. Now we can talk about the prefix ge. This is similar to the suffix in, but this goes at the beginning of a word, and instead of making something female, it makes it include both genders. So, geknaboi means boys and girls. So, geknaboi.
Geknaboi. Boys and girls. Geknabo. How?
It makes it include both genders. So, geknaboi means boys and girls. Geknaboi, boys and girls. Gepatroi means parents.
Gepatroi. Parents. Gepatroi.
Gefratoi means
siblings. Gefratoi.
siblings. Gefiloi means sons and daughters.
Sons and daughters. Not the same as siblings, or what's the difference? sons, daughters. Okay. Gefiloi. Gefiloi. Sons and daughters. Gefiloi.
Sons and daughters. Geonkloi means aunts and uncles.
Geonkloi. Geonkloi.
Gekuzoi means cousins of both genders. Genevoi means nieces and nephews. Geavoi means grandparents.
Why didn't you repeat it? Gekuzoi.
Genevoi means nieces and nephews.
Genevoi.
Geavoi means
grandparents.
friends. And genepoi means grandchildren.
Genepoi.
The prefix ge is also not needed for gender-neutral words. So the word amikoi can mean friends, male or female. But if you want to, you can say ge amikoi, and this means friends, both male and female.
Mm.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. I'm not sure that some of these words that I learned today, like nieces and nephews and grandparents, I will use in real life, but okay, like I understand that it's grammar and yeah, it's not that difficult. I just need to remember it and repeat it a few times. Yeah. So hope you enjoy this lesson. I already repeat last lesson, like lesson 7. It was about numbers and colors, and now I can count in Esperanto and know some colors. Yeah. So for now, it's pretty interesting process of learning new for me. The hardest part is to record something. So yeah, thank you very much. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed this video. I already said this. I know. It will be bloopers. Goodbye.